So, I have a lot of patients, that come to my practice who are veterans, and that it was interesting talking with them this week. And some of them have been through, more than one war, and telling their stories and telling about their friends. I just want to let everybody know, I really appreciate, all those men and women who have served our country and gave their lives for this country, and the families out there who, are military families. Just in just my little stupid way, just say, hey, just thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for letting me have the freedom to do a stupid radio show like this every week. Um, and it's I just want to say thanks. I mean, Kat. I mean, it's just just kind of seeing those things on Thursday on Veterans Day, just watching the news and kind of reading the news stories there. It's it's kind of sad. It's only one day a year, but for that one day, I mean, I got to talk to a lot of people, and it's we should recognize these men and women more, I think.
Amen. I totally second that. I was watching the History Channel. I think it was, I don't know if it was the day before Veterans Day or on Veterans Day, and they were playing World War II in HD. And I watched some of it, and this was like the first time that I had seen like video of like uh, people in concentration camps. The victims in the concentration camps and things like that. And I mean, I had seen pictures before, uh, but I never. It had always bothered me, of course. But watching this, it affected me so deeply that I couldn't even believe what I was watching. And uh, you know, they showed like all the bodies and everything, and then they also were showing some of the people once they freed the survivors. They were showing like video footage of some of the survivors and then some kids, and they would narrate like there was a nurse who, and they would have like uh, celebrities who were using the voice of that person who I guess I don't know wrote this or said this somewhere, but there was like a nurse who, and they were narrating how uh, how grateful these people were, and then they were showing this. They showed this video of this little boy who was just smiling like and yet there was like a little tear in his eye, like they couldn't believe. Like she said, you give them a piece of chocolate, and they were so grateful, and they would actually roll up some of the chocolate in tissue paper and put it under their pillows and stuff because they couldn't believe that they might actually get more. That little things like that, right? And it just broke my heart. And I'm like, not only do the soldiers fight and get the bad guys, they help victims. And I can't even imagine what it would be like to be there and haven't actually seen that. Uh, and the kind of overwhelming feelings they would have, even seeing the survivors and how grateful they were. And, it just broke my heart like I can't even explain. And uh, it just amazes me that this kind of stuff can happen in the world. I mean, we all know, yeah, it was bad. There was concentration camps and all this, but when you see the video footage, it brings it even more to your conscience. And then I can't even imagine what it would have been like to have been there. And I wish I could explain exactly how these different people were narrating the story of what they saw, but I can't, because I just watched it that one time. But I just all I can say is that I really hope that Hitler is enjoying eternity in hell, uh, because there's nobody that deserves to be there more than him. Um, son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I want to say more. But I don't want to get like that right now. But it really broke my heart, and I think you know whatever war that someone fights in, they are doing such uh, a huge thing for us, and watching that documentary just brought it even more. I've always respected the military, and always, whenever I see someone who is in the military, here, like they're wearing, a jacket or whatever, and you can tell they were in the military. I just see this hero in front of me. It doesn't really matter what you think about any war, because they have to go. They don't have a choice. Whether they agree with it or not, they have to go, and they do it. They don't chicken out and try to make up excuses of why they can't be in the military. They actually do it. And I think that deserves so much respect. And, I just, that really, I'm telling you, that was hard to watch. That was really, I just couldn't believe the way some of these people looked. And like when they would throw bodies on the, back of trucks and stuff, I guess, to haul them away or whatever. It's just like, it was just terrible looking. It was just one of the worst things I think I've ever seen that I can't believe actually happened in real life. So, I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's just when you see some of these images and when you talk with some of these people who were actually there, it is I can't even imagine what it is to be there. I mean, and as everybody knows, I mean, the picture only can portray so much. I mean, but if you were there, you were in it, you were a part of it. It is a whole different experience, and I can't even imagine. We throw terms out. We throw terms out all the time. Like post-traumatic stress syndrome. Like it's nothing. But some of these people that come back, from war. Not only from 40 years ago. Men and women now, and I can't even imagine trying to get back into normal life after being in a situation, like that. Combat. So I tip my hat to these people, and they're just they don't get appreciated and thanked enough, and it's just I can't thank them enough. They have done a wonderful job, and they are doing a wonderful job, and they will do a wonderful job in the future.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right. I mean, if just watching TV, watching a documentary can do that, what it did to me, I can't. It's probably not even describable to see it in real life. And even when you're rescuing, like I said, like the survivors, that would just break my heart. I would want to take all those kids home, and protect them from any bad thing ever happening to them.
Right.
It makes me sick. It makes me sick. When I saw that little boy and he was smiling, you could tell how relieved he was and how happy, but yet there was still a tear in his eye. It just, I about lost it then.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
So it's the top of the hour now. So we'll take a little bit of a break, and I have one more a little bit serious story that we'll talk about, and then we'll lighten things up here for the rest of the hour. But that's right. There's one more hour of the Dr. Anonymous show here on Blog Talk Radio, and so we'll take a quick break here. We'll do one more kind of little serious story, then we'll change things up again here. So we'll be right back.